Morena Fano, welcome to Gardening on the Kaipara, Season 2, 2025. My name's Howard and welcome. So today, rain's just finished, winds actually finally dropped for a bit, and so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some seeds underway. If you saw in the last vlog, we've been pretty decimated by winds. What's not been hurt by the winds has been hurt by blight, and it's looking pretty empty out in the veggie garden because of that. Still some things going okay. But today I'm going to try and get some more stuff going. It's mid-season, so hopefully it's not too late to get some things going. I'm hoping that they'll go through into late autumn, and I'm going to try and grow some quick growing things. Also, I'm kind of thinking that some things like tomatoes will get going because we can always have them going in the polytunnel here. You might be able to see the things that we had earlier have now died off just because it's been so hot in here. But I'm figuring if I can get new ones underway now, that should then get us well into the autumn, and hopefully the polytunnel won't be so hot then. So let's get some things sowed. Okay, so the things I'm going to sow today are dwarf beans. I've had cobra going up the poles, and I'm thinking I might do some more of those, but the winds really hammered these. So I'm thinking if I just grow some of the dwarf ones as well, that might just add a little bit of insurance in there. And a couple of tomatoes, both cherries, just because they'll hopefully ripen a bit quicker. The yellow pear, now I found this very difficult to get going last time, and sweet 100, which I have to say, even though it's an F1 hybrid, I'm really liking. Want to get some more lettuce underway, so little gem and red gem, and also an all year round. Last lot of lettuce I didn't really happen at all. We've got some brassicas, broccoli and cabbage, some zucchini, courgette as I would say. The three that I've got in the garden at the moment are doing okay, but I'm just thinking I might put some more underway just in case that might extend the season. And then, because I'm an eternal optimist, leek and onion, which I can never get growing from seed. But doesn't mean we don't try, does it? There we go, first seeds of 2025. Okay, so here we are at the end of January. Time for the plot tour. Been a tricky month, but as always, you accept the challenges in gardening. You win some, you lose some. Let me take you around and show you what we've got. Okay, so the 3-bed system of compost bins is now fully operational. I'm very happy with the way it's looking, and they're moving around. Shed area now nice and tidy. Very pleased with that. Then alongside the shed, the potatoes coming along quite nicely. They're all staggered, so hopefully you will have potatoes now running through. Probably a month off picking any of them, but looking quite good. Swinging round. The tomatoes. Well, the tomatoes have been a real challenge. They all got hit badly by disease. Pretty much given up on them and have been taking them out as they died off. You can see at the back here, they are all dead. But with the rain that we had towards the end of the month, some of them have revitalized. And so we're holding on with these and seeing what we can get. Beyond is the new carrot bed. I've sown 3 rows of carrots in there so far, and you might be able to just see that they're beginning to come through. So that's good. Okay, so moving on from the carrot bed, we've got the 2 strawberry beds at the moment, which are now over. Just need a bit of a weed. And the asparagus bed beyond, and beyond that an empty bed, which will be for either sweet potatoes or broad beans, not quite sure which yet. On this side, more tomato beds, and again you can see they put down new growth again, which wasn't expecting at all, but very pleased with. Hopefully we can extend the season just maybe another 4 or 5 weeks with these. You can see the pair took quite a long time to get established, but doing okay now. Beyond that is, these are the green zebra, which I would absolutely recommend. Pretty bland in a salad, but my word, when you cook them, fantastic. As you can see, they've been really resistant to the blight which we got, and have picked up amazingly, so very pleased, very pleased. The pumpkin patch, these will probably get harvested next week, and you can see many pumpkins. Very happy with that. Okay, so the onion bed is cleared and ready to go, and beyond that is the outdoor cucumbers. I can see a good few on there already, definitely one that needs picking down in the corner, and then the second sowing of courgettes, I'm hoping will take us through into the late autumn. And beyond that is our start of our autumn planting, really. Beans in the front, and behind that 2 rows of chard. The chickens really like the chard, so planted plenty of that and hope that it will keep both Lynn and I and the chickens happy. Swinging across to the melon bed, and we have had quite a few melons out of here now. Been really good. The yellow golden gold ones have been fantastic. The moon and stars, good, but not as good. And I'm definitely keen to try a different variety next year, I think. I've moved the peppers out of the polytunnel, just because they were just too hot in there and they were getting scalded. So I've moved them out in the hope that that might help them. Further down, this is the first lot of courgettes I planted, which I thought were over, but I think you can see there that they're actually coming back in. So that's really good. Also put a sowing of French beans in the top left there. I'm hoping to get as many beans as possible into the freezer, help us through the winter. And then moving This bed is beetroot, getting some really good sized beetroot out here now, which has been very encouraging, and the last of the courgettes. The cut flower bed, doing reasonably well, probably over for most of them now. The dahlias, weren't really happy with the dahlias from this bed. They didn't really last very well, weren't very big flowers, didn't really impress, so I'll probably go with something different next year. The asters though are just coming in, and really like them, so probably going to go big on them next year, I think. Just to the other large cut flower bed here, the rhubarb, this one on the left doing really well, one on the right also doing well, but as a variety not impressing me, so I'm quite keen to maybe dig that up and put a different one in there. Otherwise, things like the statice have done really well. Helichrysum did okay. The snapdragons ended up being a catch crop for the stink bugs, which was interesting. Hadn't expected that to happen. Along the front here, these are the pineapple pups that we did about 3 months ago. They've been in the polytunnel, put them out a couple of weeks ago. They've all seemed to have done really well. Very happy with them. They look great. So happy with them. Look at the size of that one. It's huge. Excellent stuff. So there we go. That's the veggie patch at the moment. Definitely seems to be in transition at the moment, even though it's kind of the height of summer. And I think I need to get my head around that a little bit more. Okay, let's go down to the orchard. Actually, while we're on our way down there, let's have a quick look at the super petunias. This is the bubblegum. This is one flower in each tub. You saw me plant a few months ago, and look at them now. Amazing, just amazing. They're so vibrant, so vigorous. Absolutely love them. Hello, ladies. Hello, hello. Ooh. How are you doing? So a quick look at the coop. We've got it covered over with this black shade tarp now, just because it's been so hot, and it gives them a bit of protection from both the wind and the sun, and they seem to really like that. Otherwise, in terms of the fruit trees, the pears, well, I've watered these most days just to keep them going through the summer. I think they were planted probably about weeks too late, really. So they've not really had a chance to get established before they went in, until we went into the summer. But I think they're doing okay. The plum tree, really doing nicely. Hoping that next year we'll get our first lot of plums off them. This is the Billington, and you can see it's actually quite a well-established tree, considering it's only been in the ground, what, 14 months, something like that, 15 months. So yeah, very happy with that. This is the thing I really wanted to show you. This is a Braeburn apple. Went in at the same time as the plum tree there, and I think you can see heavily laden with apples, looking really good. I reckon they'll probably be ready in maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3. But they're really good, really good. The other plum, that's a Louisa, one of my favourites. Again, doing really well. I kind of think that next year it's going to really take off. The nectarine, the apple here. This apple not really done so well this year, and we took all of the apples that were on, apart from a couple, just so that it could focus on trying to keep itself going rather than worrying about fruit. But it took a long time to come into leaf, and it hasn't really done much since. So just keeping an eye on that. The other successes though, the fig tree. doing really well, just put on so much growth, and you can see maybe plenty of figs as well. Not that I know an awful lot about cooking or eating figs, so that'll be a voyage of discovery. The peach tree, looking amazing. I had been thinking about moving this a bit further down because it's a bit close to the fence, but actually I think that is just too late to move. And then swinging around to the last 3 trees that went in this spring. Another nectarine here and a peach beyond. As you can see, these have established themselves much better than the pear trees. And so, yeah, I'm really hopeful that these will have a lot of growth again next year, which is great. Just take you up to the almond tree. So the edge of this just seemed to have struggled a bit in the wind. Obviously this is the most exposed from wind coming in from the sea, and you just see the tips of them are just browning off a little bit. But overall I'm pretty pleased with the way that that's established itself over the year, and yeah, I've got no idea how long that will take before we might see an almond on it. Maybe never, I don't know, we'll see. There we go, looking back down the orchard. Really pleased with how it's coming together. The idea overall is that the trees will actually form a little bit of a canopy and so provide some more shade for the chickens. It's a grand plan. We'll see if it actually works. So there we go, Farno. That's the end of the tour. That's the end of January, heading into February, my favourite month. The weather always seems to be that much better in February than January. So really excited about that. Hopefully be pretty much like this the whole way through. Couldn't be better, could it? So until next time, I'll say Hare Ra, take care, and I will see you again at the end of February. Bye bye.